everybody, my name is TheJustReaper, and welcome back to another Minecraft World War II tank tutorial. And today we are doing the Soviet T-34-85 medium tank. This came out toward the later end of World War II, as a way of countering things like the Tiger and, as the Germans were just progressively making their vehicles better, armor-wise. The Soviets needed something to fight that. The Soviets needed something to match that in a way, and the T-34-85 was their answer. Now, in the background, you sort of had projects like the KV and the IS. You had them evolving in their own pace. By the way, we're using spruce stairs here. You had the KV and the IS series progressing in their own pace, but really, arguably, the T-34 was probably the Union's best bet for fighting the Germans, and arguably a rather safe bet at that. Because the T-34, now you're going to hear a lot of different stories from a lot of different people. Some will say the T-34 was reliable, some will say that it's the best tank, others will say that it's unreliable, that it's, actually one of the more poor tanks of the war. Depending on what side of the fence you stand, you can't argue the fact that the T-34 was a pretty good design for its time, and taking into consideration, how many of them the Union was able to put out in such a short period of time, is really sort of impressive, and I think should stand as testament, really, to, really how hard the Soviets did fight during that war. And sure, maybe the T-34 wasn't the best vehicle to come out of World War II, and it wasn't. I mean, you really can't argue that there was a best vehicle to come out of that war. But I think the T-34, as I think a lot of you may agree, was the perfect tank for the Soviet Union. It was cheap, it was easy to mass produce, and it was effective. By the way, we just blazed through layer 1 there, and I didn't even realize that because I was just rattling off in my head. So that's layer 1. You did pay attention to what I was doing there. These are spruce logs that we're using for the road wheels, so you see everything that we're doing. So just follow along as you see. Everything here is spruce: the slabs, the stairs, and the logs. So I'll try to, I'm trying to just talk more about what I'm like about the vehicle, and you can sort of see what's going on here. But anyway, carrying on, let's move on to layer 2 now. Like I said, I think that a lot of you will agree that the T-34 was the perfect vehicle for the Soviet Union. Kind of like how, for the Germans, their perfect vehicle was the Tiger, because, well, I mean, you can argue that however you like, but I think for the Germans, I think their best vehicle was the Tiger. Maybe the Panther, maybe. But I personally think the Tiger was more of their thing. Because, yeah, they had the Panzer IV and the Panzer III earlier on in the war, and those did their job. The Panzer IV was supposed to be more of the backup vehicle for the Panzer III. Panzer III was being more of the main battle tank, so to speak, for that the whole beginning part of the war. Then they both upgraded themselves, rather extensively. I've heard some people make the excuse that Germany really didn't take the time to upgrade what they had, and in certain cases, no. But, people think, the reason why the Allies had better tanks is because, we just kept upgrading off the platforms we already had. Well, so did the Germans. The Germans did too. The thing was, the Germans didn't do it as much as we did. Germans, they upgraded what they deemed to be their better tanks. You know, the Panzers 3 and 4. Panzers 3 and 4. And then, once those became, I use this term loosely, obsolete, you know, they worked on, you know, really pushing the idea of the Tiger, like the Tiger 2, the Panther. They worked on pushing those further. But I don't think, you know, I don't think any amount of modernization was really going to save the Germans from their imminent defeat. Because when you poked as many beehives as Germany did, you better be sure that you have a way out, because you're gonna need it. There's just no winning that fight. Oh goodness, what am I doing? I just broke into layer 3 there. Bad me, bad me, bad me. Okay, no, that was layer 3. What we have to do is finish layer 2. I think we did. I think layer 2's finished all around. Bad Reaper. No! Don't break the rule. I have one rule. Don't break that rule. Okay, plus it's 118, so not good for me. So, anyway, that's layer 2. Let's move on to layer 3. And I'm going to try to stop rambling on as much as I am about this, but like I said, when you're Germany and you've poked as many beehives as you have, you don't have a, you know, a safe place to run, really. And I don't think any amount of modernization of their vehicles was going to save them. Germany did what was in Germany's best interest. Or rather, shall we say, Hitler did what was in Hitler's best interest. Nothing about that war was wanted by Germany as a whole. I think we can all agree on that, and that the Germans were just, like the German people were unfortunately dragged into it. And a lot of suffering following after that. A lot of sadness. Probably one of the more sad times in our recent history. Anyway, I'm really just sort of going off of the topic here. The T-34 itself, because this is all about the T-34. This isn't about Germany and sad stuff. One thing I'd like to note about my T-34 is that I tried to make my T-34 as different as possible. I've seen tutorials for the T-34 from many different people, but one of the things I've noticed them all to have in common is that they all try to make their T-34s at a minimum of 5 blocks wide, as like you see here, this 5 blocks wide. They try to keep it to a minimum of that in the width of the whole vehicle. Well, I say, why restrict yourself? If you can make a better looking vehicle and break that limit, just break the limit. You don't always have to restrict yourself. I mean, it's Minecraft. Now, sure, some of you may want a better scaled vehicle and whatnot. I say, whatever looks better, whatever, you know, if you can make the vehicle look good at the expense of that, what do you want? Do you want scale or do you want detail? It's really what it narrows down to. So you gotta pick or choose. So I say, personally, detail should always be number 1. Period, the end. That's just what it should narrow down to. Detail should be everything. Mind you, we're using green terracotta here, as you know, it hasn't been showing up. We're using green terracotta, not clay, and then, you know, green shulker boxes and whatnot. I haven't really been explaining the materials we're using. Maybe maybe it wouldn't be bad. Maybe if I start putting a list of all the materials down, maybe in the beginning of the video or in the description. Maybe I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll just start putting a list of all of the materials. Maybe next time. Anyway, carrying on here, at the front of the vehicle, we're just going to put a end rod for the coaxial machine gun. Now, if you look at it like this, I mean, look at this. Does this not look like a T-34? If you went onto a public server and you didn't even see the turret on this thing, okay? Just go into a public server, you see the fuel tanks, you see the shape of the chassis, like, does this not look like a T-34? Now, when you look at all those other weird T-34s people have made, some of them you can hardly even identify from any one of those other YouTubers. I like to make my tanks so that you know what they are, if it's given that it's a popular enough vehicle. You know what it is at first sight. Let me just take care of this because I gotta get this out of the way now. We're gonna break out these blocks, nether brick stairs here, and then we're just gonna go into our creative inventory, grab some coal blocks, and just do 3 coal blocks there. And that's it for layer 3. So now that we're done with layer 3, let's move on to layer 4. So, you know, what do you think? What do you people think? Do you agree with me when I say that detail should always be put first over scale? Because I think that it's my duty as a tank tutorialist that I should prioritize the quality of my vehicle. I should prioritize that over anything else. It's also why I take so darn long to get these things out. Now, granted, I'm just gonna say this now. I have such a huge backlog of tanks, it's not even a joke. There are like hundreds more vehicles that I have built, though you're probably seeing some around me anyway. I have hundreds more built. I spend all the time, almost all the time that I'm online, on Minecraft, building tanks. Granted, they're not being turned into tutorials. However, what I am doing with that is not only making a larger backlog of tanks, but I am also picking up new skills while doing it, on how to do other neat little tricks while building my vehicles. So it's not completely useless. Mind you, here we're going to do some wooden signs on the sides of these fuel tanks. I didn't do that on the last layer. We already have the base of the turret finished here. And in here, these are actually supposed to be turned into spruce, but we're going to keep them as green terracotta for now. You can turn them into spruce if you want, if you're not doing the interior. These corner blocks here, because if you see over there, they show through as spruce, but this is how it would have looked originally before I did the interior. So now we're just going to do the bottom of the gun, and we're going to work our way out. So, that's just sort of my perspective for doing tutorials, is that, you know, if you're gonna be a Minecraft tutorialist, don't prioritize, you know, getting things out as quickly as possible, just trying to keep people satisfied. Like, take your time. Take your time. Really think out the vehicle. Really think it out. Make sure that everything is as best as it can be. That's what I try to do. When I make my vehicles, I try to make sure that everything I'm doing is the best I can make it. There should never be an exception to that. When you are a tutorialist, you should make sure everything is perfect. And then we got some 2 top slabs of sandstone. So actually we're done with layer 4 now. So now we're done with layer 4, let's move on to our we're gonna move into our final layers of layers 5 through the rest. I can't count from over here. So anyway, enough rambling. So we're just gonna finish off here by doing the rest of the turret. Where's my slab? Slab there, slab here, stairs here, turn it. Stairs, turn it in the center. We're going to need our Sandstone stairs. We're just gonna grab these. Place one. No, like that. We don't want the stairs making contact on the back there. I'm gonna fill this up to here. I think probably like a 3x3 cube. We're just gonna do 4x3 because it would have been like this originally before the interior was ever built. Or you make it all spruce, your choice too, on top of the turret. We're gonna finish off the gun here. 2 daylight sensors turn blue. Do the rest of the gun like this. I'll make the rest of the 85mm. We're gonna need some green carpet. One here. Do we have any more on the rest of the turret? Yeah, only one. Right back here. We need a stone slab here. We need 2 flower pots. Actually, we're just gonna go over here and grab everything. Flower pots, iron trapdoors, standard trapdoor, wooden button, iron bar. Alright, so iron trapdoors, 3, 1, and which way did I make it open? Toward the front? Yeah, I did. Okay. Toward the front there, 2 flower pots, button here, and then the antenna here. I think it's about 4 blocks tall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 blocks tall. And there's actually the completed exterior of the T-34-85. We're going to begin with the interior here in a second, but if you're not staying for the interior, thank you for stopping by, and I hope you enjoyed this T-34. I enjoyed designing this. I hope you enjoyed building it, despite all of my, ceaseless rambling. But, yeah, I hope I see you again next time. And for those of you that are staying for the interior, let's begin. So, beginning with the interior, we're going to just go in through the top, and firstly we're going to look at the ceiling of the inside of the turret, because this is going to be the most important part, and it'd be nice if I could actually work my way around here. So, stair here, slabs, 3-row there. Aha, I see. Aha, Russia. Alright, let's head over here. We're going to open the hatch, go in, down, going to break around here. Bye-bye. Going to do stair here, stair here, stair here, stair here, turn it there. 3 spruce slabs there, 1 spruce stair there. And then we're just going to fix the outsides of the turret right here. I don't know why I've turned Russian. Better go back to my standard English Reaper, or maybe we keep Russian Reaper for a little bit. I think he's a nice guy. He very nice. I think you get used to him. All right. Break down to the floor. Break forward. Me after 1 o'clock recording. Not good idea. Probably, I'm not sure if this is hyper energy, I'm not sure if this is just all my extra energy being used up, or if this is me having not enough energy and just trying to make false energy. I don't know what's going on here. Ammo racks, I see here. Okay, now stop, go away. Russian Reaper, we don't want you here. Did I really just do that? Okay, I'm gonna add something into here while I'm working. Did I just see something that I should probably correct? So, let's head back over for a minute. Wrong way. Head over here. We're gonna place it. Hang on. Break the driver's hatch open. Place this in. I hate this. Right there. Close that up. I head back in. We're gonna put a seat here. We're gonna put this. I forgot what that was called. We're gonna put a tripwire hook here because I hadn't done that before, but I think I should do that now. This wasn't in the original design, but I'm gonna do it because the machine gun is literally right in front of there, so it just seems appropriate. We gotta break back this way. I didn't originally do it in any particular order, so we're just gonna do chest, trap chest, chest, chest here, trap chest here, trap chest here. You want to have it in this sort of layout. Actually, I think you don't want to do that. Back up. What am I missing? Head back to the other T-34. Oh, that's what I did. Alright, so it was on top of there. Okay. Spruce fence gate, and then we need the chests here. I can do that in a minute. Just making sure all of these are out. There's going to be a stair here. What is in there is that. Okay. Which way are you oriented, buddy? Okay. You are not oriented the right way either. There we go. Alright. Alrighty then. Those aren't the ready racks, but it's gonna work. We're gonna do this. So firstly, what we're gonna do is we're just going to do a placeholder. And now I can't work with this. Alright, we're going down. We want the stair to be like this. So really, you can get away with doing any other block, but I prefer just doing it the way I did it already. And we're going to do a dispenser right behind it. I forgot which side I put the switch on. I think the switch on this side. Here we go. We need to take our trap chests and our chests. Trap chest there. Nope, trap chest went in the center, but again, it doesn't matter, so I'm just going to try to make this true to the other one as it was. Spruce fence gate in the center there. Not that. Cobblestone wall goes here, goes here. Where are the... There, you. No! Yet. Let me jump. Place that there, place that there, place that there, place that there. Boom. Okay. And then I realized I did another no-no. Gotta break these. We'll replace them after. They're expendable, don't worry about that. They're expendable worse than Soviet soldiers, but we don't talk about that. Place these stairs here. And now we can just replace that which we broke. Which are just top slabs of spruce. Just put the iron trapdoors on top. And I actually think we're done, but let me just go check the other T-34. Be certain that everything is completed. Oh, alright, so there has to be a ladder over here, though it's not necessarily of the it's not of the utmost importance, but it's nice to have too. And boom, there we go. There is the interior for the T-34-85 done. I'm surprised I managed to get this tutorial done, despite it being now 1:35. I'm happy to have gotten this done, and I hope you have all enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please feel free to leave a comment, you know, either expressing how you liked it or how you hated it. I hope not that. I hope the latter isn't going to be there, but yeah. If you have any vehicles that you'd like to see, feel free to leave a comment. There's also, in the description, a link to my Twitter, my Discord, and my Facebook page. Feel free to check all of them out. I post my uploads of my tutorials on Twitter every time. You'll always find them there. Same for the Discord. They're always posted there, and on Facebook. If I get more followers on any of the above, I'm going to start leaving more, you know, update statuses on them, and sort of letting you guys know how the channel is doing and what is being done, and keep you guys more in the loop. So again, go and check out those pages, and yeah. Again, if you'd like to see any vehicles, leave a comment, and I assure you, every comment request for a vehicle is seen and never forgotten. The vehicle is always built, whether it comes out sooner or later, that varies. I try to sort of keep an upload order, but it's really just a matter of what I feel like getting out as well. But your requests are never forgotten. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial. Let me know what you thought of my more unique T-34-85 design. At least I think it's more unique. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you all next time. God bless, roll out, goodbye.